Today we're going to talk about alopecia areata. This is a very common autoimmune disorder that causes large to small bald spots to appear on the scalp, the eyebrows, the bearded area, or anywhere on the human body where hair is. At the end of this video, you'll get a better understanding of the causes of this form of alopecia, how to change it, how to prevent it, and what you can do to reverse it. And if you stay around to the very end, I have an herb of the day that will help you to reset your hair growth cycle, and I'm also going to explain to you how that herb is going to do that. If you want the inside scoop, then keep watching. Now, before we get started off the way, make sure you go ahead and subscribe here to my channel, and then once you subscribe, be sure to click on that bell notification so you're notified every time I post another video. There's so many different forms of alopecia, right? And for the most part, doctors are really confused. They have no idea what causes most forms of alopecia, especially this one. But research does give them a whole lot of triggers on what some of these causes can be and what you can do to reset the hair growth cycle. Because when you have this form of alopecia, what it does, it actually puts your hair shaft in two different places. It affects two phases of the hair growth cycle really tough. The milder versions of this is really like the follicle's intelligent effluvium, but then the more severe versions of it is the canogen phase. The canogen phase of the hair growth cycle is being affected severely in severe cases of this form of alopecia. So how do we get there in the first place? Now, the amount of hair loss that somebody is going to experience is going to differ from person to person, because this is an attack on the body by the body. So it's all dependent on your immune system and what's going on within your body. Let me explain. When scientists are doing their research, they're finding that most of the triggers are starting off in early childhood. So when you go back to that, what does that mean? That means that a lot of times the markers are at the very beginning, because it's in what you're eating, because we literally are exactly what we're eating. But this is the more like aggressive version of it, and with this version you will lose your hair everywhere, like from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, like skin bald, like a baby's butt. This condition is an attack on the hair follicle, and when I say an attack on the hair follicle, who is attacking the hair follicle? Well, your body. Your body's immune system is literally attacking itself. Within this condition, your body is literally attacking the hair follicle, and this is in return stopping the hair growth cycle at one or two phases. In the milder phase, it is really stopping the hair growth cycle in the telogen phase, which is the resting phase of the hair growth cycle. So your hair is not falling out, right? It's not necessarily not gonna never grow back ever, but it's in that resting stage where it's not growing, it's not detaching itself from the blood supply, but it's just not doing anything, and the hair is resting underneath, like within the follicle. So on the surface there's no hair coming out, so it looks bald or it looks thinner than it's really supposed to be. Okay, that is telogen effluvium. Now, if you're a person who is witnessing balding, right, not only do you have balding and thinning, you also notice like really severe itching, severe burning in the scalp. Your scalp may even be like sensitive to touch, like you touch it a little bit and your scalp hurts or it burns. It's really sensitive to touch. Then this is the canogen phase of the hair growth cycle that is being affected. The canogen phase of the hair growth cycle is the phase of the hair growth cycle where the hair shaft detaches itself from the blood supply. So at any one time, anywhere between 5 and 10% of your hair follicles are in the canogen phase at any given time, right? But that's a very small number, and you won't feel those, right? That's you won't really feel that. It won't be noticeable. But if there's gonna be a bald spot in your head where it's a bunch of the follicles detaching themselves from the blood supply, that's what you're feeling. That burning sensation, that sensitivity to touch, that is your follicle being ripped apart from the blood supply, and it's not happening in the right manner. Like, it's too many hair follicles being ripped from the blood supply at one time. So this is why you feel the burning and the itching and things of that nature, right? And that in return, you see alopecia, you'll see bald spots, because it is literally when your body is, something is happening within the body where your immune system is attacking itself. Like, your immune system is going into freaking overdrive trying to figure out what these toxins are within the body and what is going on within the body. It's the way that the body fights, right? So instead of the body like just like, oh, I'm gonna target that, the body doesn't know what's going on. So your immune system just goes into overdrive, and it attacks the area that it feels like that bacteria or that problem is. So what can cause these problems? What can cause this type of inflammation? Well, when you have any type of bacteria on the scalp, right? A person who is, you know, if you're a co-washer, or if you're a person who puts a lot of different oils and butters and things of that nature on the scalp, then what happens is the body is not able to properly get rid of all of that bad bacteria, right? So in return, you have a whole lot of free radicals. Make sure you watch this video right here so you can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But you'll have your scalp then becomes a breeding ground for bacteria. So now that your scalp is a breeding ground for bacteria and your hair growth cycle is stuck in either the telogen phase or the canogen phase, then what is happening is your body is trying to reset itself, right? So the thing that you must now do is kill the bacteria, kill any microorganisms, all the free radicals within the body, whatever is going on within the gut that is preventing your hair from growing in the first place. Hair follicle is detached from the blood supply, then the next thing that you need to do, start to speed up the blood flow in the scalp. So the first thing that most people will want to do is, like, I don't know, put a product on their hair that will increase blood flow, or do a headstand to increase blood flow, or I don't know, massage the scalp, which is a very, very, very good one. Scientific brushing is having a pattern for your blood flow on your scalp is so imperative, right? So scientific brushing really helps with that. But then another thing you can do, spikenard. It's also known as muskroot, nard, or nardine. Nardine, I don't know, something like that, right? So it grows within the Himalayas of Nepal, China, and India. This is the references. I'm sure it's grown in other places too, but right now this is where most of the cultivation is. It was used for arthritis, chronic coughs, congestion, coughs, blood tissue regeneration and regrowth, while it's loosening up congestion within the chest and promoting sweating within the body. This herb, listen, 3 of the body's major nerve complexes, which is the solar plexus, the cardiac plexus, and sacral plexus within the body. So it is really, really important, and it is an extremely grounding herb. It relaxes the cardiovascular system and the brain. So it's something that's very, very, very relaxing, almost has like sedative properties to help anybody that's like really, really chaotic in the mind. Is very, very balancing. The reason that it is amazing for hair growth is because it actually pulls heat from the top of the head, from the top of the body, so it increases the blood flow in the scalp and anywhere throughout the body, especially throughout the follicles, right? Throughout the hair follicles, because what's on the top of your head? your hair follicles. So it literally pulls heat from up on the top of the body, and it makes it so everything is moving as it's supposed to be moving. And because it helps the blood flow within the scalp, if you are a person that is experiencing this form of alopecia, your blood supply has detached itself from the hair follicle. So by intaking a herb like this, not putting the herb on your hair, please don't do that, but by taking in this herb on a regular basis, then it is becoming a part of you. You're literally what you eat, and what it is doing, it will safely begin to trigger your blood supply to reconnect itself back to your follicle, and this in return will reset the hair growth cycle. Because at the end of the day, this form of alopecia is all that is happening is it's a disruption within the hair growth cycle. Your body is attacking the hair follicle, and by attacking the hair follicle, it's stopping the hair follicle throughout its natural hair growth phase. But if you are increasing the blood supply, and if you're calming yourself down, right, and you're not stressing out, because telogen effluvium is triggered by stress, whether it's stress from the outside world, stress from your job, stress from some physical ailment that you're going through. And a lot of times, something that we don't think about, sometimes our bodies are going through stress because of what we're eating. So the things that we eat make it so that our bodies have to work 10 times harder than it would be working normally just to breathe, or just to be able to clean our blood, or for your kidneys to process the different foods and the different things that you're eating, right? So the more you feed your body good fruits and vegetables, the easier it's gonna be for your body to begin producing the right amount of amino acids that it needs to be producing to fight certain things off. But simply drinking a cup of it a day, you will literally increase and reverse everything that has been caused, right? Because most of the time, it's like I said, it's an autoimmune disorder where your body is literally attacking itself, right? So just like hidradenitis suppurativa, right? With a person that has hidradenitis suppurativa like myself, what it is, my sweat gland is attacking itself. So when you have alopecia, this form of alopecia, the sweat gland isn't attacking itself, your whole entire body is attacking the follicle, versus where with me, my whole entire body attacks the sweat gland. So that's the only difference. And my sweat gland lives on my scalp, so where that sweat gland is and my body attacks, there's going to be a bald spot, and I have to then trigger my hair growth cycle to get back on track, so that way I can grow the hair back, right? And that is again where the 7-day hair growth challenge comes from. Within the 7-day hair growth challenge, we break down everything. You go all the way back to square one, and you figure out, okay, what patterns have I been following, what things have I been doing that could have led me to this place. And once you figure that out, which I hope you do, then what you end up doing is creating a brand new plan, a brand new pattern and routine that goes with the body's natural hair growth cycle. Because for the most part, the problem that we are all having is whenever you see what's going on in the body, instead of you going ahead and working with the body's natural hair growth cycle, you want to go get a product to reverse it, where in reality you have to work with the body's natural hair growth cycle. This is a herb that is also taken, and this is in ancient times, girl, I don't know, because I had an epidural and 2 C-sections. So it's been said that they used to take this herb right before childbirth, and it was supposed to make labor and delivery shorter and a lot easier. Girl, I wouldn't know, and do not quote me on that, I don't know, but that's what they say back then. What do you do? The first thing you should do is review your diet. Review your diet. Figure out what in the world have I been eating and putting in my body that could be causing this autoimmune response for my body to start attacking itself. Like, what am I putting in my body that's making my body jump itself like it's crazy? Figure it out. Step number 1. Eat more foods that the body is craving, and eat more foods that the body is needing. Remember remember at the age of 30 that the body is no longer producing, or it stops producing certain amino acids. So it's imperative that you have to put, it's imperative to put those amino acids in. I also want you to know that because most people do not know this, so know this and spread the word. Leave it in the comments right now. Put this in the comments right now. Biotin is produced in the gut. In caps, biotin is made in the gut. Most of the time, if your hair is starting to bald and thin and fall out, you'll also notice that your skin isn't really doing the best either. You'll also notice that your nails probably aren't really doing the best either. This is a clear sign that there's something wrong with your gut health, because biotin is produced within the gut. It is produced in your microbiome. So your boo-boo, that's where biotin is produced, within your gut. So the more you feed, the more good bacteria you feed the body, the more good things you feed the body, the more stuff it has to work with to build more biotin within the gut. Think about it. Biotin, y'all. Don't just call it biotin because it's cute. Bile, boo-boo, biotin. The better you feed your body, the more microbiome your body has to work with, and then you have amazing hair, skin, and nails. So one really great thing to do is begin to eat more of the fruits and vegetables that your body needs to produce your hair, skin, and nails. If you need more help trying to figure out exactly what amino acids the body needs, I really recommend that you get this ebook here, because in this ebook I tell you exactly what amino acids the body is producing. I'm talking like the real nerdy scientific words. There are quite a bit of amino acids. It's not just 2 or 3 of them, right? Remember I told you that telogen effluvium is stress induced. So by you lowering your stress levels, it will naturally make your hair start to grow back. Whether it's you going for a walk, meditating, drinking a bit of Spikenard in the morning, you know, just to keep you relaxed so you don't have an anxious mind. And meditate. Listen, I know that a lot of people get confused about meditating and meditation. Like, what is that? What should you be doing? Listen, it is super easy. It's super simple. I want you to join my challenge with me, right? It's free. It's a free meditation, all right? So click the link in the description box below and join me. It's a daily meditation. I'm doing it with you. We do it together in the morning. Of course, you don't have to do it like on my schedule. You can do it on your schedule, but you join it. I'll put it here on the screen. It'll be super duper easy for you to join, right? Click the link in the description box below, and then here it is right here, you guys. You'll just be able to have this meditation practice, and you just keep up with it, right? So join it. Like I said, it's the free 99. I break it down for you, give you promptings, journal promptings. You can join the group and we can talk together. You know, we can like vent in there, whatever you need to do. But yes, meditation. Number 1, meditate with me. It's free. Lastly, set a new routine, because if you set a new routine, a very simplistic routine for your hair, it's pretty simple, you guys. If you can stop your body from attacking itself, then what you can do is reset the body's natural hair growth cycle. But the first thing you have to do is figure out why the body is attacking itself. What is going on internally with your immune system? What is happening within your bio? Is your body able to produce enough amino acids to be able to produce healthy hair, skin, and nails? And are your practices in a way that is producing a healthy environment for the growth and the sustainability of good and bad bacteria on the scalp? If you have a healthy hair practice, then you don't worry about any of these things. And with the 7-day hair growth challenge, I'm telling you, I teach you how to break down all of those old foundations and how to rebuild new ones that instantly, and I'm willing to almost guarantee you, just check a couple of the reviews, almost instantaneously feel a difference within your scalp's health. All right, I'm talking women who have been dealing with the burning and the itching and the tingling in their scalp for years, and in 7 days their practices are changed, and problems that they've had their entire lives are changed, and they never look back. So if you want, this challenge has been through 3 different phases. The first phase was free, and these last 2 phases I've been perfecting, and this is the final version of my 7-day hair growth challenge. And listen, nothing else gives results, but I can guarantee you this will. Just check some of the reviews. Pictures do not lie, you guys. So if you want in on this, make sure you check the links in the description box below, and I will see you inside of my 7-day challenge. Ooh.